I'll go ahead and get started, and feel free if you have any questions to just jump in. I can't actually see the window right now, so you might just have to talk and stop me, and I have no problem with that. So, okay. So, welcome. I am Dr. Miller. I am the program director of the healthcare leadership track of the BS of Organizational Leadership. I'm here to just give kind of a big overview of what our program is and how it works, how it can possibly work for you. So I usually don't have as many technical problems. Okay, there we go. So why U of L and why healthcare leadership? Well, we are U of L is a Research One institution, which means that a lot of the faculty are very involved with um, research. We're very involved with what's current. I can tell you there is a big difference. I've worked at non-R1s, and you get a little bit more of the faculty who've just always done it this way and don't care what the newfangled thing is, even if the newfangled thing is a calculator. You do not encounter that here, which is nice. We have been listed as very military friendly. We have a lot of veterans. We work with a lot of continuing education adult people. Our curriculum is based on the Nichols National Center for Healthcare Leadership um, pillars and frameworks. We have a lot of free resources here for students that can really help. We have a writing center, and even if you live nowhere near here, they do remote um, appointments. I've had students be able to set that up. We have a digital transformation center, which they can help students with all sorts of tech things. We have a variety of tutoring services, academic coaching. We have student health center, disability resources. So we have a lot of resources for whatever you need. Even if you're online, you still have access to most of these. For our specific track, we have 12 online classes that make the major. So you have to get your Cardinal Core, or basically your Gen Eds, and then you can complete possibly in just 12 courses our bachelor's. Almost all the classes are 8 weeks, which is intense, but then you get it done. And so what a lot of students like to do is because the semester is 16 weeks, they'll take one class the first 8 weeks, another class the second 8 weeks. They can just focus intently on one thing. One of the nice features for working adults in particular is that all of our courses are mandated to be asynchronous, which means there's no set meeting time. Because like I've worked in the hospital, those 12-hour shifts that become 16-hour shifts. You can't always guarantee when you get off of work. And so this ensures you'll never miss a meeting. Now, that does not mean that your faculty are inaccessible. They'll set up meeting times with you. They will, some have optional class times, but nothing's mandatory. And it has to be recorded if they have a meeting, unless it's like a personal issue or something, so that those students who couldn't attend can see what's going on. We also have the feature with our prior learning assessment course where you can take your work experience, your training, all those CEUs, all those CPRs you got to do every year, and you can translate that into up to 48 credit hours tuition free. That is part of that course. That's one of those courses you take in the program. And the goal is if you have enough work experience, once you get your Cardinal Core done, you get these 12 classes done, hopefully that 48 credit hours can make up the difference to hit that 120 credit hours that you need to get a bachelor's at the University of Louisville. So it can save a lot of time and money and take out a lot of electives you'd have to take. We have a whole bunch of certifications and certificates built throughout the curriculum, and we're always adding more. Um, Basic certifications on health and patient safety, certifications in Excel. I mean, we're trying to include a whole lot of certifications that can help you wherever you want to go in healthcare. You'll have some basic tools to hit any department is my goal. Um, yeah, so that was, I guess I jumped the gun. So this is, you need the 120 credit hours to get a bachelor's at University of Louisville, but we're trying to make it so you can take as few classes as possible and as cheaply as possible. Our students come from all walks of life. We have had quite a few people from various medical settings, clinical and non-clinical. That is, we get both. And people go on to have jobs that are both clinical and non-clinical. Um, we've had a wide range, and I'm hoping that as more students come, there'll be more options. I'm also trying to, because I'm fairly new here, I've been here for a year, and I'm trying to update the curriculum and make sure it includes like community health, holistic health, so you can have possibly additional job opportunities. Uh, the biggest thing for a lot of our students is that prior learning assessment. And we take everything pretty much. We will, the instructor at that time will work with you and go through everything with you. But really, it's everything that you think, oh, this couldn't count, but it's that lived experience. So your BLS, your CPR, all that stuff will take it and convert it and justify it into translating to credit hours. So you could potentially save up to 25,000 and avoid having to take 16 additional classes to get the bachelor's. These are our 12 courses that we need for the bachelor's. We do also have a certificate where you can get just the certificate, and it would be the 4 yellow courses. That certificate is Kentucky Workforce Ready Certified, which means that if you do not have a bachelor's or I believe an associate's and you're applying for this, you could potentially get those 4 courses paid for as well. Um, well, like I said, we really try to make this so it is as cheap and easy for you as possible. We have a lot of LinkedIn learnings. They are free for students. I find that it's very helpful to have people who are currently out in the industry saying this is how I actually apply these concepts we're covering. So there's a good amount of LinkedIn learning, and then you can post it on your LinkedIn page and have it listed when you're looking for jobs. We do have the Institute for Healthcare Improvement Basic Certificate in Quality and Safety that you can complete as you go through. Normally that would cost, but I think it's about $400 now. It's free for you if you're a student with us. We have a Six Sigma white belt. We have all sorts of digital stuff. So we're really trying to not just cover theoretical things. We're trying to give you applied hands-on skills so you can go take it to whatever career you want to do. This is the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship approved. If you want to look up, there's a little bit more information on that with that link. We have 2 academic counselors right now, Andrew and Jennifer, who I bug endlessly, but they are very helpful. They will do whatever they can to help you. We have several admission deadlines. So if you want to start at the beginning of the fall semester, the deadline to apply would be August 1st. If you're wanting to start at the second 8 weeks, it would be October 1st. We do have the entry requirements of a year of healthcare experience, which I'm pretty broad with. It can be volunteer, it can be pretty much any setting. If there's any question about it on the application, they come and ask me. And so far, I've said yes to everything because as long as you get some exposure to the healthcare setting for a year, usually you pick up enough that you have a good enough foundation. We also have if you have current college courses, the undergraduate GPA is 2.25, but if yours is below that, really don't worry. I'm of the opinion that, particularly for working adults and adults coming back to school, previous GPA is not a reflection of their current ability. So I waive that all the time. I like to tell about, I did my doctorate with a woman who she started college at 18, and she had fun at college, maybe a little too much fun. And by the end of her first semester, she said her GPA was a 0.9 or something like that. So she dropped out, did other stuff for, and she eventually went back. She got a doctorate. But I think that's very indicative of, sometimes whatever happens, life of it. Maybe it's not because you're irresponsible, maybe because medical things get whatever. So we don't put a whole lot of stock in that. It's technically a requirement, but it can be waived if you can justify why. So you can apply online. We do require a resume just to kind of prove that 1 year of healthcare experience. We would need all the official college transcripts, and if you're in the military, your JST or Air Force CCAF. And then there is an application fee. I do not remember off the top of my head what it is, but I do know that there are cases where we can get it waived. Tuition is a base of $540 per credit hour. Unless you're in the active duty military, then it's $250. There is a $10 online fee for all of the courses, but there's no in-state, out-of-state. Online tuition is online tuition, so that's a big benefit. So if you move or if you're not here, it's not going to be detrimental to you. We also have a whole lot of scholarships available, payment plans. We really do work with you to try and figure out how to make this as easy and as financially affordable as possible. If you have any questions, like I said, I'm Dr. Miller. I'm the program director. Susan Hildebrand, she's not here today, but she is kind of my right-hand woman. And then Veronica is, I believe, did I see her on here? No, I didn't. Okay. But she's also very helpful as well. I'll go ahead and any questions, any concerns? Did I ramble too much?
So I did have a question. So I'm a current employee with U of L. Would I still have to pay the application fee?
I believe yes, but I'm not 100% on that. We can find that out though. And is that U of L or U of L Health? Because I know that they're different systems and they have different agreements with us. So
Yeah.
just,
So it's U of L Health. So I know that they do like the free tuition, but I didn't know about the actual application fee itself because I think it is $35, but I didn't know if there
yeah,
was a
that sounds about right. If you want to shoot me an email, I'm going to put my email in the chat and I can forward that on to the person who would know. And for sure. I want to say with U of L Health, yes, but I'm not, again, I'm not 100% on that one.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Hmm. Anybody else have any other questions, concerns? Is it just too hot out? It's not as hot as I thought it would be, but it's hot out.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, this is Jennifer. I have experience as a medical assistant and also as a campus coordinator at a small school. So,
Mhm.
how would that translate into credits as far as work experience.
So that would definitely play into that PLA. We would have to look at your specifics, and if you want a unofficial kind of estimate, again, if you want to email me like your resume and your transcripts, I can send that on to the person who could do a kind of quick down and dirty estimate of what PLA credits you would probably get. But we would take that, all those certifications, if those courses, because if you have medical assistant, I'm assuming it was at a community college or something, some of those might transfer indirectly. If not, we would count that for the PLA. We would count that time spent. And then for the coordinating, we would go through with you and talk, like you would write up exactly what skill set you have, and we would justify giving credits for it.
Okay. Yeah, and my education it was at Abbey Tech, so
okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm literally one math class shy of my associate's degree, so I have a technical certificate, but to go back and get my associate's would be, it's because it's been 10 years, 12 years.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, and if you're a Kentucky resident, you might be eligible for that Kentucky Workforce Ready Scholarship. If you're not, I no, because you went to Ivy Tech, so I don't know which side of the state border you're on. But
Yeah,
but
I'm
yeah,
in Louisville.
you're in Louisville? Yeah. So then that would be a way you could take those first 4 classes with the certificate and have that paid for, and then you would only have the other courses. I've been working with Ivy Tech. We're trying to make an agreement, take as many of those classes as possible to count for electives. But yeah, the ones that don't, we would roll that into the PLA.
Okay, great, thank you.
Mhm. Any other questions? Any concerns? Well, I don't want to keep people here longer than they have to be. Um, if you signed up for this through the form, you'll get an email copy of this meeting as well, because we are recording it. And I've put my email in the chat. If you think of anything later, feel free to shoot me an email. And if, like I said, if I don't know the answer, I know who does, and I can forward it on to whoever can properly answer you. So I'm more than happy to talk to everybody, and I hope you have a good day too, Erica. I hope you have a good day, everybody. But yeah, feel free to shoot me an email if anything comes up or any questions. Okay, great. Yep. Have a good day.